Welcome to the Podium Life podcast, where we discuss how to live a podium life. I am your host and favorite Olympian, Michelle Carter, aka Shot Diva. Let's get into this episode. Well, hello, everyone. We are back with the Podium Life podcast. I am your host, Michelle Carter, aka Shot Diva, your favorite Olympian. And we are going to finally get into episode 1, y'all. Oh, man, it's been a long time coming. I had talked big noise on my other one, talking about I'm going to do this, it's going to be this, and we're jumping right into it, and your girl was still scared, okay? Still scared, but we're moving forward. So I am a 3-time Olympian, 2016 Olympic gold medalist for Team USA women's shot put. I am the first American woman to win gold in this event. So I know a thing or two about getting on the podium. And the Podium Life podcast is about that being a step above, like doing the extra, being above average. Being average is easy. Being average is doing the minimum you should do, right? To live that podium life is to go above and beyond the minimum. Go over and beyond what's average. You know, when you step on the podium, you have become above average. You're doing things the average person isn't doing. And that's what the podium life is about. So we're going to really dig deeper into the podium life and what it looks like and my idea for this podcast. But let's get into a little bit of like update on me. So y'all know, and you may not know, but if you do know, and if you don't know, you're about to find out. I have retired from track and field. I have competed in my last USA championships, and I will not be competing in track and field like that no more. Okay, no more. I had a nice long 25-year career, and I'm very grateful for all the things that I have accomplished in this sport. And it's time to move on. And I don't want to be that person that's holding on to dear life, trying to make a team, trying to do this, trying to do that, when I know deep down inside that it's time to move forward. Like, it's time. I don't have the same drive as I used to. My body hurts. It hurts. So therefore, it's time. It's time. I'm happy that I'm retiring because now I get to do things that I didn't get to do while being a professional athlete, like going roller skating. I've been roller skating twice and I absolutely love it. Next is I want to go skiing. There's just things I want to do that I can be like, oh, I can hop up and just do it. And I don't have to think about my workout schedule. I don't have to worry about like, is this going to hurt me? And then I won't be able to compete in track and field. Like, I don't want to think about those things. I just want to be able to get up and go and just do. So now that I'm retired, I can just get up and go do. Now, if I just don't get up and go do because I don't want to, like, that's the reason, because I don't want to, not because I can't, because I might jeopardize this or jeopardize that. I get that. I have a layer of freedom that I didn't have before that I'm really looking forward to experiencing. And we're going to see where the wind takes me. I don't know. This is all brand new to me. I was skating like, oh my gosh, should I be doing this? But I'm like, girl, you're good. You can do this. So I'm excited about that. So that's pretty much the biggest news that I have to share right now. So much has been going on in my life lately, and we will get into that and more things as we go on. But let's get back to this podium life, living a step above the rest, doing more than the average person does, doing the work that others don't do, working when others can't see you. That's what the podium life is about. In the years I've been in track and field, and when you reach a certain level, you don't have a life outside of track, pretty much. Track is the center of your life, your focus, your time, your energy, your thoughts, your eating, your sleeping. Your relationship is based off of how well am I going to do in track and field. Like, that's the biggest thing. And so, when we're talking about the podium life, it's like, what are you doing to be your very best? because I know over time as a professional athlete, I had to dig deep and really be honest with myself. Is this as good as I'm going to get? Am I being lazy? Can I do more? What's preventing me to get to the next level, or what's stopping me from doing this, or what's stopping me from doing that? I have to do a lot of self-reflection. Like, there's a lot of self-reflection when you get to high levels. You have to be honest with yourself. You got to reflect. Is what I'm doing getting me where I want to go? And if it is, cool. If it's not, what needs to change? What about me needs to change? And so when I think about all the things that it takes to have this podium life, I kind of brought it down to, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 little bullet points. Some bullet points have 2 points because they kind of go together. So number 1 is your mindset. You have to have a particular mindset. And it's not your average mindset. You can't just really go with the flow and just do what you want. You have to endure some pain. You have to endure some uncomfortable moments. You have to have a buttload of patience, because you don't get results as soon as I don't go work out and the results is immediately. No, I have to work out, and work out some more, and probably still need to work out to finally get a result that I want to see on the other side. I don't know when it's going to show me, but I know it's going to show up eventually. So I have to have the mindset of persistence. I have to have the mindset of pushing myself past where I'm comfortable, past what everybody else says is really normal. Like, you just have to go to a different place mentally to be on top of that podium. So number 1 was mindset. Number 2 is discipline and hard work. I put those two together because discipline is really just focusing in and staying focused. But if we won't have discipline and hard work put together, because you can have discipline and you can do the same thing over and over again or stay focused on that thing. But if you're not working hard at it, then it's not going to work. So if I was just going to practice every day and I was just disciplined to throw 20 throws a day, that's not pushing me. I'm not really working hard with 20 throws a day. But if I am disciplined and showing up to go to practice and throw, but then some days I may have 100 throws. Today I may have 50 throws. One day I may have 80. I'm working hard. I have to push myself past a limit that I'm used to. And I have to work hard and show up every single day. That's discipline and hard work. You got to show up. You got to stay the course. You got to keep doing that thing that you don't want to do, because you know it's going to get you somewhere. So for me, discipline is really pretty much about you showing up for you. Can you show up? Can you keep showing up for you? Can you keep doing something for you? Can you be consistent with that? Can you be consistent with your discipline and hard work? So that's number 2. Number 3 is self-awareness. I talked about this a little bit earlier. You have to be so self-aware. You have to know what you're good at, what you're not good at, when you're lazy, when you're not being lazy, when you are working hard and when you're not working hard, when you can work harder. Like, you have to know on the days when I'm mentally there and when I'm not. I need to know what's going on in my body. If I'm feeling something, is it just sore from the training, or is it sore and it's pain because I'm actually hurting because I'm hurt? Like, I have to be so aware of what's going on inside my body and so aware of what's going on outside of my body and what's going on around me. Self-awareness, being aware of the people that surround you, your environment. You want to be self-aware. You want to admit where you're wrong and when you're right. Ask for help when you need it. Like, knowing these little things about you, knowing who you truly are and working with that. That's being self-aware. Number 4, we have talent and skill. So I put those two together because talent and skill is different. Some people are talented at a skill and it just comes natural to them. And some people learn a skill and they become good because they work really hard at it. So one phrase that my dad used to tell me all the time is that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And so clearly I had a talent, right? And there was a point in time when I didn't work my talent. And I got beat by people who I know weren't better than me, but they outworked me. They worked their skill better than me. And so it doesn't matter if your skill is like pure talent that you just get naturally or something that you work at. It's still what you do and what you decided to invest your time in. I guess let me give you one more example. Like somebody who is talented, they can like, let's say a musician, they can hear music and then just by hearing it, they can repeat it, they can play it because they're just talented. They have the ear for it. They don't have to work. But there's a skill of actually like reading music. Reading music is a skill. And some people can automatically hear music and know what it is, but then that skill of reading music is something that they have to work at. So hearing the music and repeating it, easy. Reading the music and then actually playing the music is a skill. So we have to identify where our talents are, where we're naturally good at something, and then we have to look at the skills that we need to either maintain it, to go further, to add to it, or whatever. So I had the talent to throw the shot, right? Just naturally strong, naturally flexible, naturally quick. I had the talent, but the skill of perfecting my technique is something that I had to build over time. So that's why we put talent and skill together, because I don't want to, they're not the same. And there are a lot of people who have perfected a skill and beat talent every single time. So you don't have to be talented to be great at something. Next is physical and mental health. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Physical and mental health. This has been a hot topic since COVID. And there's just some things that we just need to start addressing as humans in general, knowing that, hey, we are not okay. We are not okay. There's been so many studies over about human interaction, about nurture versus environment, about relationships, right? Like about who you're around, even if you're isolated, like things of that nature, and how it can really truly affect your mental health. But then we need to talk about our physical health as well, where um, we're not always in the best environment for our physical health. These days, where we're living a fast-paced life and eating out is normal, to eat out more than 5 to 6 days a week, or not cooking food, or eating a lot of processed foods, and not working out because we have desk jobs and we're sitting down 10 to 12 hours a day. And it's starting to affect our physical health. Our mental health is declining as a population. And this is something that needs to be addressed, especially with athletes, when you have so much pressure to perform, not for yourself, but for others. People want to see you perform and have record breaking performances every time they see you, right? That's the expectation. And that can take a toll, because once your mental goes, your physical is not far behind. You really can't have one without the other, because if your mental's been bad for a while, we're going to start to see physical things about it. And then when your physical health goes bad, you start to have some mental issues with that. So there's a lot of things where these things go hand in hand, and we have to protect it. We have to talk about it. We have to address it. So I wanted to make sure we put that down. So physical and mental health is a part of the podium life that needs to be addressed. Number 6 is finances. Y'all, finances is hard for a lot of people. And I think it gets a little harder when we're living in an age where comparison is real strong, especially due to social media. And so we kind of keep up with the Joneses. We want the newest and latest and greatest. We want to look our best. How dare I wear another outfit and repeat this outfit? But we're ruining our finances. We're forgetting, or some of us don't even know. We don't know how to really manage our finances and how to prioritize what's really important in our life by figuring out our finances. There's so many things that we can talk about with finances, but one thing that you do hear about professional athletes is that you have people who typically has never had money before. You give them a whole bunch of money, and then they don't know how to manage that money or how to allow that money to work for them for the long run, because they are taking care of immediate needs that they have now. And they're really enjoying life to the point where in a few years they have nothing. They don't know what to do with it. Nobody ever taught them. They was like, I got money, I can do what I want to do. And then when that career ends and that income isn't coming in, but you're still spending the same amount of money, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. I said struggle on purpose because it's real out in these streets. So I want to talk about finances because I think that's very important and should be addressed. Hold on, y'all. I miss my sister. What's up, though? I was recording my podcast, but since you called me in the middle of the day, I got to answer. I literally did not want nothing. I am so sorry to interrupt. When are you done in a few? Like, I mean, are you still going to be off for a little bit? Okay, I'm going to call you right back. Yeah. Okay, bye. All right. Yeah, that was my sister. All right. So next and the last one is relationships. And this is not just dating relationships. This is friends, family, teammates, co-workers, coaches, managers, agents, everybody. Your dog, your cat, everybody, your hamster. I mean, whatever you got a relationship with. And we have relationships either if we like it or not. Right? There's no one on this earth that doesn't have a relationship. Everybody has some sort of relationships. But I think a lot of times we put a lot of pressure on some relationships where there shouldn't be. There's never going to be one person who's going to be your end all be all for you. That's just not how life is designed. And sometimes we put people in positions based off their relationship towards us. And then we get very disappointed when they don't follow through. But everybody isn't going to be for every part of your life. There's people that's going to be a part of your work life that works perfectly there. There's some people that are only going to be part of your family life or part of this life or only for this subject of my life or this one little topic or this one little piece in time of my life. Like relationships, they come and go. They change. There's people who you once cool with, you're no longer cool with. There are people that you were never cool with, and now they're your new best friend during this season of your life. But we want to really talk about and address relationships because I think a lot of times what happens, especially with athletes, we get people in our lives, and because we have so much going on and we really want to focus on what we're doing and being the best that we can be as athletes, that we trust people based off the relationship they're supposed to have with us, that we trust them and probably trust them a little too much. And then we end up getting hurt. We get used, we get abused, you end up broke, your feelings hurt. Now you can't trust anybody. And so I really want to talk about relationships and how that affects us and how we have to be strategic with our relationships. We have to be intentional with our relationships. And then quite frankly, we just have to realize when we need to let some people go. It's easy, it's comfortable to let people stay where they are, but if they're not beneficial, you gotta go. They gotta go. And that's hard. So I pulled these topics out of things that I feel like I really had to work at and struggled with throughout my career. And when I look at other people's careers, in any field, when they're the top person, these are things that they all have to deal with and figure out. You have to fix your mindset. You got to be disciplined. You have to work hard. You have to be self-aware. You have to have your talent, and then you have to work your skill. You have your physical and mental health, because without it, you can't get nothing done. Finances. It takes money to make money, y'all. And we all need to make money because that's the currency we need to live in this world. It's really hard to live without money. And we have to learn how to manage it and use it for our benefit. And then last but not least is relationships. Relationships can make or break us. Holding on to relationships that are dead and then trying to revive something that's dead, right? Relationships, we just have to put them in perspective and remember that people are human. They're going to make mistakes. So these are like the 7 topics that we're going to go back and discuss from time to time. More might be added. Some may be taken away. I don't know yet. We're figuring out this format, and that's how. And we're going to do this together. So we're going to break these down, really talk about the importance of them, and how they can help you live your podium life. So we're going to move on to this next section of the show where if you know me in person, like in real life, and you might get a little bit of this from me in Instagram and on social media, is that I know a lot of random facts, y'all. Just random stuff, because I see stuff, I watch stuff, and I'm like, that's interesting. So we're going to do a section called Michelle's Random Fact of the Day. So, according to World Sports Encyclopedia, there are over 8,000 sports. 8,000 sports. That's crazy. And the list is ridiculous. I probably should have had the list pulled out, but I did not put that in my notes. That was poor planning of me. But if you look up the World Sports Encyclopedia, y'all, and you see a list of 8,000 sports, some sports may not are like known for certain countries, but y'all, there are 8,000 sports in the world. And you're welcome. So next, we're going to go to, as we wrap up this podcast, y'all, where I just want to be honest with you all and where I'm at. And so I realized that fear is real. I have been putting this off for so long because I want to be perfect. I want it to be like a number one hit, like from jump, right? I know that it takes time to build things, to get good at something. But for some reason, I wanted this to just be perfect and the number one podcast from day one. And I kept changing it. I kept putting it back because I didn't want to record and I don't have on a full face of makeup. I didn't want to record and my hair wasn't right. I didn't want to record until I got my wallpaper up. I didn't want to record until I was in a better mental place to really talk and not be in my feelings about something. Like, I kept making excuses, y'all. I kept making excuses over and over and over again. And I had to say, Michelle, enough is enough. Enough is enough. You're going to record this podcast. We're going to put it out there. And we're going to fix it along the way. Period. No more excuses. And so that's where we are today. And there's a little acronym for FEAR. It says false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. What is going on in your life that's holding you back because of fear? Something that really is a lie that's appearing or making it feel like it's real. What was being told to me in my head that was causing me that false narrative was, Michelle, you're not good enough. Michelle, nobody wants to listen to you. Michelle, what do you really have to offer? Why would they want to tune into your podcast? What has given you the credentials to talk about really living the podium life? You only won one gold medal. Like, there's other people who could talk about the podium life better than you can because you don't have enough. You didn't do enough. Do you really deserve to talk about this? Who wants to just listen to you? So all these false evidence appearing real, it made me feel like I was really less than, that I couldn't do this, that I shouldn't do this. And maybe I should change the name of the podcast and just do a whole bunch of random other stuff that has nothing to do with sports or mindset or anything of that nature because, you're barely that. And so I had to realize that, girl, that is fear talking. That is fear talking, and that it's a lie. I am more than qualified. I stood on many podiums in my lifetime. And really, this is about the journey of the podium life. I have lived a special kind of life for so many years to be the best that I can be. And not only did I become the best that I need to be, I became the best in America. And at one point, I was the best in the world. And so it's not about really getting that and maintaining it. It's really about the journey that it took to get there. I did that work. I put in the time. I put in the effort. Like, I can talk to people. I do have something to offer. I've done something that no one's done in my country. And so when I looked at what is something I always talk about, when we look at what's real and what's in oh no, there's another phrase that I use for this. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a whole blank right now, but that's okay. So facts and feelings, there we go. I have to separate the facts from the feelings. It may feel like a failure. It may feel like I don't have enough. I don't know enough. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can feel all those things. I can feel scared. But the reality is, the fact is, I am more than qualified, that I actually can do this. Michelle, you have so much to offer. And so I had to go back and really speak some life into myself and understand that it's okay to start without being perfect. But the thing is, in order to be perfect, I have to start. And in retrospect, I'm not going to be perfect, but I'm going to get real close to it because I'm going to keep working it. I'm going to keep figuring out until I find my flow, until my audience understands where I'm coming from, and we build and we build and we grow together. Like that's where I'm at. And that's what we're going to do. So, y'all, we are living this journey together so that we can live a podium life. I want you to feel what I felt, knowing that I gave it my all and I could walk away proud because I did my best. I don't have any shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I am okay with my career. I am very proud of myself. And I am very grateful for everybody who has been a part of this journey with me in some shape, form, or fashion. Even if you came in for a day and you said something to me that changed my mindset, that helped me. Or you may have said something that really meant to hurt me, but you did point out a weakness to me or something that I could bring to that was brought to my focus so I can work on it. For the people who have been cheering me on and sending me messages and never met me, don't know me, but just appreciate what I've done. I am grateful for those who've been up close and personal and tried to take me down. Thank you, right? Because I had to fight those battles. I had to keep going. There was a level of resistance that was added to me when I faced those moments. So I'm grateful, y'all. I'm so grateful. I am even grateful for the struggles that I have moving forward. Being retired, I'm okay with that. And what makes that okay with me, number one, is my faith. Knowing that Jesus is always there. He will never leave me nor forsake me. He told me that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. He told me that he will always take care of me. So with me, with my faith, believing that God says God is who he is and what he says in his word is real, I believe that. I live that. And that really helps me live out this podium life, even in the midst of fear. And the Bible even talks about, do not fear, for God is with you. So if he's with me, even when I'm scared, I'm okay because I have somebody greater than me right there to help me, support me, to be there. So we're going to live this podium life, y'all, living a step above the rest, being the best we can be, reaching our full potential, not apart, but together. So I'm going to leave y'all with one last quote today. And the quote says, be fearless in trying new things, whether they are physical, mental, or emotional, since being afraid can challenge you to go to the next level. By Rita Wilson. Y'all, I'm walking that out right now. I'm being fearless in trying this new thing called podcasting. And it is both physically and mentally and emotionally challenging for me. But I'm going to go to the next level. It's a challenge for me to go to the next level. So when you reach those fears, when you reach those doubts, just know when you face them, when you go through them, bust it right open, like when you just go straight on and you tackle that issue, that fear, whatever it is, just know that that challenge was created for you to go to the next level. So y'all, we're leveling up together. We're going to step on this podium. We're going to take that step and we are going to live out our best lives. So thank y'all for listening and tuning in today. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to visit us at thepodiumlifepodcast.com. You can shoot me an email at IamMichelleCarter@gmail.com. And I would love to hear back from you. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to hear a little bit more of. And let me know what guests you want to hear on this show. And we're going to try to figure that out together. Until next time, y'all. Holla. Thank you for listening to the Podium Life podcast. I hope this episode adds value to your journey of building your podium life. Make sure you subscribe to not miss a single episode and leave us a review. Make sure to go to thepodiumlifepodcast.com to keep the conversation going. Until next time.